Oh, hey guys, welcome back. I'm back in the basement and back to reviews. Today we're looking at a second release from Broadway Limited. I believe it's the second, it might be the third, of their Challengers. Today we're taking a look at 3977, which is on display in North Platte, Nebraska, I think, or Colorado. But we're going to take a look at 3977, test out this new run of the Challengers, and see what you get in the box starting next. Alright, this box is simply too long to do anything on the turntable, so I'm smashing my little pumpkin patch here. It's under this box. We're going to take off the lid and see what you get. Warranty card, exploded parts diagram, operator's manual with 31 pages of information. Now, as far as I know, nothing has changed from this run to the other. Why do I always get this upside down? I got a 50-50 chance. I always get it upside down. Anyway, nothing's changed from the previous run, to my knowledge. But we're going to see what's in the box here. I really don't want to put that. Let's see, we're just going to put that on the track. I did not do a good job of gluing things down when I built this layout. So what happens is stuff instantly gets all over, and then I'm so far into this, I'm like, wow, this layout's gone in a matter of months anyway, because I will be moving to a new location, so why bother now, right? I know, I'm lazy. Alright, let's get this thing out of here. Little clamp going on. Now, Broadway Limited has included a little funnel for smoke, coupler, dummy coupler for the front, and another coupler for the back, or for the front on the Pilot. Then you've got a little driver along with traction tires. And one thing they've done that's convenient is everything's already put together. You don't have to hook anything up, but it's a little harder to handle. Got little foam inserts everywhere. We got to get out of there, so I'm just going to set this down, get the foam inserts out, and we'll take a in-depth, up-in-your-face look at this thing. Since we can't 360 this thing, I'll just give you a quick rundown from the front here. Got flying number boards, lit number boards, metallic bell that is capable of swinging, lit classification lights, which Broadway Limited does extremely well. From what I've seen in the past, we'll check on this one. Headlight, Pilot with coupler cut lever, and you've got smokestacks, little whistle area there, boiler and sand domes, all the safety valves, dynamo. This is all up top here. You've got an adjustable cab roof vent that you can see right there on the cab roof. Here, I'll try to one-hand this, and it stays in place, which is great. Handrails on the side there, along the walkways. You got yellow running boards on this. Smoke deflectors up front. They're nice. There's no, not even plastic. They feel like metal. I believe they are metal. So die-cast chassis on this thing makes it a great puller. Another thing I like about the models is when you look from this angle, you see that the deck plate that goes to the tender is flat. Some manufacturers don't take the time to do that. Detailed cab interior that lights up, 3977 UP on the side, all very clear. There's the top of the tender showing some of the detail, including the water hatches. And you get the rear marker lights and rear light that work as well, with coupler cut lever in the back. Some additional details for grab irons, and you've got those step ladders. Now, running down the side, firebox, all that rivet detail and plumbing along the side there, under the cab. You got your drivers with side rod detail all on the side, eccentric crank, all that cool steam detail that works just like the real thing does. Alright, let's go ahead and fire this up. Alright, with Broadway Limited locomotives, there are a couple of different ways to start the locomotive up. One way is simply moving the locomotive, and then you've got an extended startup sequence as well. Today, we are going to do extended startup, which is F9. So let's talk about what you just heard there. First you heard footsteps in the ballast of the track as the engineer got into the cab. Then you hear steam slowly being piped in the locomotive to bring it to life. Then you hear the dynamo whine as the electrical lights power on in the steam locomotive, and you hear the steam locomotive basically start making those steam locomotive sounds. Now that's obviously expedited from the real thing, but it's pretty cool that there's that much realism programmed into these locomotives, which are Paragon 3 decoders, Broadway Limited's own decoder, which supplements sound with a subwoofer if you purchase one separately, so you'll get some of the bass sounds. You see steam, you can program different steam levels while it's sitting and while it moves. We're going to go ahead and listen to some sounds straight out of the Broadway Limited manual here, starting with bell. There's whistle. Now you see that that whistle is a steaming whistle, which is just like the real things. Also, the only company that's done this with steam locomotives in HO scale. And you fill up the smoke just through the smokestack, so you don't have to worry about filling up the smoke through that little whistle hole. Then you've got an alternate whistle that everybody asked me to do on Broadway Limited locomotives on function 22, so you'll hear that now. And there's a ton of different sounds. Air pump, F4, coal, F10, the coal or the coal shovel or auger. Water injectors on F11. There's also a lot of different background sounds from maintenance, radio, city, and farm. I'll just play one of those. So there's just some of the sounds. Another feature a lot of reviewers don't talk about is recording and playing macro, which means you can run it through a sequence by recording that on F27 and then hit F27 again to stop that sequence, and then you can play that sequence on F26. Now that could be a bell, whistle, I believe increase or decrease in speeds. All of that's recordable. Then the locomotive will automatically play that, and if you got a wide open layout with nothing in the way, you can just let it go around the layout doing that recorded macro sequence. Now we'll check speed steps. I did get a side view of the locomotive, which I don't always do. One speed step out of 126. See how things are going very smooth. You see puffing smoke. If you don't, I will show you real quick over here. That's synchronized to the decoder and the drivers. One is moving pretty quickly on me. There's 2, 3, 4, and 5. Go in reverse here. Flick the headlights off. I'll let you look at the tail light from this angle. And you get to see the rear marker lights lit there. Got red in the front and clear on the sides. You get that clear tail light. You see synchronized puffing smoke one more time. That can be adjusted, it can be turned off, it can be increased. So it really depends on if you like the synchronized puffing smoke or not. There's the cab light that's lit when it's not moving. As you see, it goes off when it moves. So there's forward and backward movement, very smooth out of the box. Broadway Limited has impressive drives on pull, so we'll check that too, but real quick I'll kill some lights so you can see the lighting a little better. Alright, what you're looking at is the cab light to the right of your screen, number board lights and classification lights up front to the left of your screen. I'm going to put this back and forward so you can see the headlight. Now this steam locomotive is lit better than anything I've seen in HO. The color temperature is spot on. There's no weird shine through on the number boards, and the classification lights are nice and even when you're looking at it from the front and the sides. Headlight's got perfect color temperature, and the numbers on the side of the headlight are illuminated as well. And as we've spoken about before, when I move the locomotive, the cab light will actually turn off, kind of showing that the engineers are underway and they're done messing with their gauges. And then back on when you stop. So lighting features are great, sounds great. I love the auxiliary Paragon 3. It was one of my favorite things when it came out for an accessory for the layout. Let's see some of the other tests, including NMRA and pull. Alright, we'll go ahead and move this thing. Massive pull test, as I've come to expect from Broadway Limited. It's like about 11 to 13 ounces. It's going to be able to pull well over 100 cars. It's usually 15 standard freight cars in HO per ounce, so 150 cars could be pulled with this easily. That is what I've come to see from Broadway Limited industry-leading pull tests. Check coupler height here. Oops, skip the rails. It's dead on. Well, that's going to do it from here on the layout for the Broadway Limited Challenger. The newest run in stores now, as they would say. I've put the MSRP somewhere in this video so you can see that. All the NMRA tests were good. I did the wheel gauge test off camera because it's very awkward to hold, but the coupler height was on point and the pull test is amazing. So you get a robust locomotive with features that have not been seen in HO prior to Broadway Limited bringing them, like the steaming whistle. Synchronized puffing smoke's good. Very smooth drive. I really have no complaints about this locomotive. Seems to be very much on point. So we will see you guys next time. I'll leave you with a quick run by of this and just a couple support cars. We'll catch you next time right here on my channel. Take care.